So we are talking about all things SPF. So it's that time of year. May is actually Skin Cancer Awareness Month. So it's the perfect time to do a masterclass all about SPF. And as many of you will know, almost all of our foundations have SPF in them as well. So that's the topic. I am Emma Roberts. I am the social media manager here at Jane Iredale. And if you've come to any of our Clean Beauty Masterclasses before, you'll know who I am because I always do them. So it's fun. And now, Mimi, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Mimi Banasik, and I am a sales development consultant. I've been with Jane. I think I'm gonna have my 5th year anniversary on the 29th. And I'm so excited. I've done everything from customer experience manager to territory manager, and now I am a sales development consultant. I am so happy to be a part of this. I absolutely love this topic and can't wait to dig into it because this is for everybody, anybody. If you've got skin, this topic is for you.
Love it. Okay, so I think I'll start off with kind of the main question, which is, what do you want people to take away from this masterclass?
Okay, I hope everyone walks away with, I need to reapply my SPF every 2 hours. Every 2 hours, SPF should be reapplied. Doesn't matter if you're inside, outside. It doesn't matter if it's cloudy, sunny, winter, summer, spring, fall, doesn't matter. Every 2 hours. That is what I hope everyone walks away with today. I did a training today, and I asked that simple question: is how often do you reapply your SPF? Who here reapplies their SPF? And only one other hand besides mine was raised. So that's what I hope everyone walks away with today. What about you, Emma? What do you want everyone to walk away with?
Yeah, it's funny because in prepping for this, I know you mentioned that, and I was like, ooh, I don't really reapply. And I like to sit outside and work. So that's a problem for me. So I'm going to start doing that more. I think what I would like people to walk away with from this webinar or masterclass is how many amazing, beautiful options we have for SPF. Like, I think there's this misconception that wearing sun protection means it's like goopy and cloggy and uncomfortable and irritating. And that's just not the case. And we have so many amazing options that aren't that and are stunning and easy and beautiful to wear. So that's my main takeaway.
I love it. Yes, yes, yes.
So one question that I think people kind of ask a lot, and I know we got some of this question in the kind of pre-registration, was what's the difference between chemical and physical SPF? I know that kind of comes up a lot, and we only use physical SPF.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me just start by saying that I am not an esthetician. So if I'm going to just kind of break it down to like what's so simple and to understand, because that's the way that I understand it. Physical SPF physically sits on top of the skin. It's like little mirrors that bounce off UVA, UVB rays. It just sits on top of the skin. So it's a physical protectant, whereas chemical SPF has to penetrate into the skin. And so I always tell people, I'm like, listen, I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to like argue about which one's better. If you wear a chemical SPF, I say pair it with a physical SPF. You are doing your skin so much goodness by doing that. You can wear both. But what happens when you do wear a chemical SPF. It's been such a long time since I've worn a chemical SPF because I am all physical. I don't let my son wear a chemical SPF. I absolutely remember it making my skin hot, like physically making my skin hot, and it would make my skin really red, and it would irritate my skin. It actually makes my little freckles, I call them freckles, but they're really hyperpigmentation and sunspots. But I choose to be positive about them. So it actually brings them to the surface for me. If you have rosacea, it'll kind of give you that inflammation and flare it up a little bit. So chemical SPF, again, I'm not here to argue about if you should wear it or not, but I do believe every single person should be wearing a physical SPF to pair it with. And also a chemical SPF is something that you have to like put into your skin. It's like a lotion. And so when we talk about the reapplication, you can't reapply chemical SPF if you're wearing your makeup throughout the day. So that really is, I think, the biggest sort of difference is that one penetrates into the skin. It's a chemical. It absorbs the UVA, UVB rays, whereas the physically bounces them off of your skin.
Yes. And I know I have very sensitive skin. A lot of the employees here have sensitive skin, and a lot of our shoppers have sensitive skin. So we like to use physical because it's less irritating to the skin.
Absolutely.
That's totally true. Yeah, my skin would get hot too if I was wearing physical. We actually got a great question from Bonnie. So she's asking what the difference is between antioxidant and physical SPF.
So antioxidants fight free radicals. An SPF is going to be, and I wrote this down, it's your sun protection. So it literally is what bounces the UVA and UVB, whereas the other is free radicals are everywhere, like with our lights, our computers, all of that. So it really is just the like everything versus UVA, UVB rays, I think.
Yeah, and antioxidant, I know we've talked about this too in our social posts and things, but antioxidants are wonderful to fight free radicals, and sun damage, from my understanding, can create free radicals. So I actually like to use, I have all of our SPF products here, but I like to use our Pure Press base. Mine's dirty, don't look at it, but I like to use Pure Press base with Palm Mist because Palm Mist has a ton of antioxidants in it. So it's sort of like a double whammy of like the perfect, beautiful sun protection from Pure Press base with, you know, that added antioxidant protection.
Yep.
Yes. So another question that just came in from Melinda, which I think is great and goes into one of my favorite products, which is Powder Me, is when you reapply SPF, do you do it over your foundation and your blush?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And go ahead.
So our Powder Me SPF, let's talk about reapplication because that's what I want you guys to walk away with. I want you to think to yourself right now, okay, and answer this question to yourself honestly, okay? Or you can answer in the little box there. Who reapplies their SPF every 2 hours? I do. I do it every 2 hours, even more if I feel like I'm like, oh no, I need extra protection. And I believe that most of you will be like, I put it on in the morning and that's it. And I always tell people, I'm like, then there's kind of no point. If you're putting it on in the morning, then you're getting protection in the morning and that's it. Somebody said, nope. Thank you for your honesty. And then someone said, Nancy said, when I'm out and about. Perfect. So the Powder Me SPF is absolutely amazing. You put this in your purse. You guys, if you go out to my car right now, it's sitting in the cup holder. And you can put this right on top of your makeup that you have right now or on your skin. So I'll show you guys really quickly. I like to put it, I don't go full speed. Actually, let me get my nude. I don't go like full blast all the way click. I actually put mine right underneath the Jane Iredale. I did a training today and one of my partners said, I don't feel like it's coming out. And I'm like, it's coming out because she's like putting it on her hand and I'm like, I see it coming out. So it really is, I know you guys can't see that, but it's coming out. You have to trust that you don't have to put a lot of this product on. You just have to swipe it on the skin. It's giving you that protection. It's doing what it's supposed to do. And it's giving you a sheerness. It's not covering my foundation or my highlighter or my bronzer. And now I've got my SPF protection. I really tell people, I'm going to be 44 on the 25th, and I'm not trying to look like I'm 44, and that has to do with protecting my skin. My face never, ever feels or sees UVA, UVB rays. This is what protects my skin. So this is, somebody said, what product is this? The Powder Me SPF. It comes in 4 shades. There's translucent. And I love that one. That's my family friendly one. That's the one that I put in my beach bag. It has a little bit of like, on me, it comes like a little white on my skin. That's why I like nude for my skin best. But I use this for my son, for my stepdaughter, for my partner, Gary, who doesn't want to feel like he's wearing makeup. Translucent's perfect for your family. I love that one. Yeah, so you can put it right on top. You guys can see my makeup's still there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And someone asked this question, I answered it, but I think it's good to bring up. is, can you leave it in the car? Can you leave it in your bag? Will it overheat? And no, that's what I love about it. Like it won't spill. And that's the thing. So we have these canisters in the bottom. And so when you purchase it, you purchase the refillable brush with 2 canisters. And then once you've used these, you buy a pack of 3 canisters. So if this is screwed in correctly, it won't spill.
It won't. Yep. And then can we also talk about the brush really quickly?
Yes.
You guys, it comes off and you can clean it. So I think I saw a question about like, how do you keep it like from getting like all like clogged up? You clean it. So the translucent one that's always in our beach bag, I always clean when I come back because it's got sand on it. I put it on like 25 different people's faces. Wherever I see, I'm like, you look like you're about to burn. Here we go. This is absolutely amazing. You can clean it and it feels really, really nice on the skin. The ingredients are titanium dioxide and then montmorillonite. Don't you love saying that word, montmorillonite? Which is a red clay. So it actually soothes the skin. Let's just say you did not reapply your SPF and got a little bit of a burn. That montmorillonite calms and soothes burn.
Yes, totally agree. Oh yeah, so Carol just asked, best way to clean it is pop that brush off and you can clean it. And what's interesting and fun, my brush is not as clean as Mimi's, but what's cool about this brush is that it's actually a miniature version of our Kabuki brush. So it's I've seen a lot of sort of other flow through dry sunscreen products that say, oh, you can wear it over makeup, but the brushes are really flimsy and they kind of like fling powder everywhere. So I love that ours is, you know, removable and you can wash it, but it's also a mini of a full-size brush. So it's not flimsy at all.
Yep. And can I just say, like, for the partners that are out there, for our partners, if you are showing someone a SPF, right? I'm going to show you my favorite SPF I wear, Isdin or Elta MD. You guys, this is how they reapply their SPF. That's their SPF they put on in the morning. This is what they put on in the afternoon, and you show them. And something else let's talk about really quickly is the top of your hands. I drive mine. Don't worry, Emma, the one that's in the car is like, looks like yours, don't worry. When I'm driving, I know we have hand drink, but this is really easy for me too. I put this right on top of my hands when I'm driving, and I always do a little bit extra on this side because this is where the sun hits while I'm driving and I can feel that heat. It's like a security blanket for me. Like, I know that if I'm wearing this, that I'm protecting my skin.
Yeah, such a good point. So I think a question I'd love to ask is ask everyone and answer in the comments or in the chat is which foundation that has SPF do you guys love? Because we have a bunch. So we have Pure Press Base, like I said, this one's my favorite. But we also have Amazing Base. I know Mimi, you have the flow through brush version, but this is the pot. And then we have Glow Time Pro. So all of these have SPF in them, and I would love to know what you guys would prefer, like which of those formulas is your favorite, because mine is Pure Press Base. What's yours, Mimi?
So we're going into summer season and spring and summer. So I use a wardrobe of foundations, everyone. So as we start getting into the seasons where I'm a little bit more oily, and I'm sweating off my look, Pure Press Powder. Wintertime, my skin loves Amazing Base. It just eats it up and it's delicious on the skin. So Amazing Base is my wintertime, fall, winter, and then my spring, summer is Pure Press Powder. And this is the actual one from my car. This is also what I put on my skin. I love wardrobing my foundations and my protection. So this is Pure Press Powder. And can we just talk about the water resistance? 40 minutes. You guys, 40 minutes water resistance and sweat resistance. Like if you're outside, like playing pickleball, I don't know, whatever people do when they go outside and sweat. You got 80 minutes of sweat resistance, and that's amazing. But the number to remember always is 2 hours to reapply. And going back to the Powder Me SPF, trust the brush. It's dispensing. You don't have to make it look cakey because you don't feel like you have enough.
Yeah, totally agree. And it's funny because the other thing that I've heard people say when I'm answering comments on social is that too much product is coming out. So if that's the case for you, then I love to kind of, so you see there's a little, so this is when it's locked and there's a little arrow at the bottom showing that it's locked. I like to align it with the logo.
Yep, the Jane. Yep. Yep. And if you're applying this onto your clients, I also recommend just putting it on the Jane or a little bit less so that the flow is coming out a little less powerful.
Yes, totally agree. So it looks like from the chat that most people actually mix and match. There's a few people like me who are like loyal to one or the other, but some people are using it with Dream Tint. Some people, use Glow Time and Pure Press Base. I love to hear that. That's so fun. So, one question that I think is a good question is, can you put Powder Me on top of hand drink? And that's from Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
Yeah, and really and truly, I mean, the hand drink just feels so beautiful on the skin. It's giving you that protection. It's got that gorgeous natural scent from the essential oils. But if you are like, I don't want my hands ever like to age me, and that a lot of times that's an area that ages us, our eye area, our lip area, our hand area, and even our necks. Like I take mine down too, because I don't want any, like I don't want to feel like I'm about to turn 44. But yes, absolutely. Layer. Our products are so light, especially the Powder Me SPF, and all of our products are so light and so natural and such a second skin finish that you can layer.
Yeah, totally agree. And I think I mentioned this already, but I love to work outside. So meaning like I'll take my laptop and I work outside. And my favorite thing to do is roast because I'm cold all the time. So I will just sit in the sun, but of course you need protection for that. So I will often actually, you're out there typing, I'll use hand drink and I'll get it all the way up to my elbow. And then I'll put this on as well. So definitely you can do that. So a question that has come up once, but I'm sure other people have this question is, I wear this person saying I wear Radiant in Pure Press Base. What would I wear in Powder Me?
Yep. So there are 4 shades. Translucent is kind of good for everybody. Like I said, that's like my family color. The nude they're all so flexible. So you can, if you're, I'm like a medium, I'm a golden glow, I'm a medium in Hydra Pure Tinted Serum, I'm a GT7, I'm across the board just a medium, but I wear nude. And so there's flexibility with it. We also have golden, which is very similar to like golden glow. Even though I'm a golden glow, I prefer the nude because it gives me that brightness to my skin. And then there's also tanned. So if you're a satin, I would say a nude. You're good at nude. If you have a lot of redness in your skin, go with golden. If you want to give your skin like a little look of like a soft tan, go with tanned.
Yeah, and I am very pale, so I like to use translucent, but my mom wears golden glow and she wears nude. And then I have friends who are deeper and they like tanned or golden as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few questions. One is from Melinda, and she says, does the Pure Press Base with SPF work just as well to reapply every 2 hours?
Okay, say that again. Does the Pure Press Base
work just as well when you reapply it? Like should you be reapplying Pure Press Base every 2 hours?
So if you are looking for SPF protection, you can reapply your Pure Press Base every 2 hours if you want to, a nice little swipe. At that point, I'm not using my handy brush. I'm using like a big fluffier brush, or the Amazing Base comes in the brush also. So if you want to be vigilant about putting your SPF on every 2 hours, absolutely. But what's nice about mineral or physical SPF is if it's on your skin, it's protecting you. So in the areas where you feel like it's getting a little bit duller, that's where you really want to concentrate it. But a nice fluff all over the skin, absolutely.
Yeah, I really like a light coverage. So I will go for Powder Me because I don't want the additional coverage that Pure Press Base will give. But yeah, totally, you can use the lighter brush. Okay, so I feel like we're just going through questions because everyone's like on topic.
Yeah.
So how long does SPF last before reapplying?
How long does SPF last before reapplying? So it's like what is it, like a 10 rule? Like it's okay. So the way SPF works is that you take the time that it takes you to get like red. So let's say you get red in like 10 minutes, like you burn in like 10 minutes. If your SPF is like 10 or a 15, then that's like what, 150 minutes. The rule across the board though is 2 hours. So I just want everyone to feel comfortable because we get really complicated about things. And especially if you're talking to your clients or you're like talking to your family, like, mom, you got to reapply every 2 hours. In the water, 40 minutes, reapply in 40 minutes. If you're at the beach, put it on 40 minutes. If you're sweating all of your makeup off and you're like, I've got nothing on my skin, and you know it because you're starting to feel that burn, then.
Yeah, really good point. Okay. So one last question. So what about, okay, so you answered the question about pure press base shades, but the Glow Time Pro shade. So I think it's the same, right? Like if you're medium, you kind of can go with like nude or golden.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And again, like I guess like, so if you're fair, you can do translucent. If you're light, let's think nude-ish to like medium. Medium, you can do nude, golden, and then a little bit deeper, you can go golden tan. So yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, sometimes I find, you know, if I'm very pale, like in the middle of winter, I find that nude is actually sometimes too dark on me. I wear warm silk, which is, you know, the same kind of depth, just a different undertone to radiant. And it's just too dark on me, which is, you know, summer me is like, that's crazy, Emma, but.
Well, so I'm going to Mexico on the 4th with Chris Burdett, and I'm taking tanned with me. I'm just skipping right over. And what I love about it is that it is sheer, so it's going to give me that sort of like soft tan look until the rest of my body catches up.
Yeah, totally agree. I do that too sometimes. Okay, so I think I'd love to go into kind of an overview of all of the SPF products that we have. And I think it's a fun time to just mention that on janeiredale.com, we have 20% off all of our SPF products. Keep in mind that includes Pure Press Base. So that is running on janeiredale.com with the code SPF 2023 through the 21st of May. Just keep that in mind. And now we can go through all of the things that are 20% off.
Okay, so we said powder me.
Yeah.
So
enough times.
y'all, this is my favorite. This is the one thing that I put on 1,000 times a day. This is my security blanket. But powder me SPF, again, 4 shades, absolutely beautiful, and everyone should be using it, especially if you're using an SPF in the morning. So if you guys have learned anything today, when in doubt, powder me out. And then we go into our Pure Press powder, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Pure Press powder, absolutely beautiful. It comes in all of the skin tones, all skin types, all skin concerns, absolutely beautiful. It is it's like a sheer to full coverage, just depending on which kind of brush or how much you put on your skin. It is a true second skin finish. And don't forget with this, you always want to use your primer underneath and your spray on top. And it's just such a beautiful product. And I absolutely love this. You guys, this is this and Amazing Base are whenever I'm on camera. It just looks so beautiful. Oh, well, all the SPF powders work well with drier skin.
That's a great question. I have dry skin, and yes, they do. Yeah. Sometimes I'll just use like an extra spritz of hydration spray. But yeah, they do. And what I love too is that all of our hydration sprays come in minis, or most of them come in minis. So you can, like, if you're on the go, you can take a mini hydration spray and then your powder me, and it works great.
Absolutely. And I have dry skin during the winter, and that's why I kind of turn towards the Amazing Base, because I love that glow. But today I'm wearing the Hydro Pure Tinted Serum underneath the Pure Press powder.
Me too.
Oh, look at your skin. And that's what's so beautiful about it, is that you can layer. I heard someone say that they like the Glow Time Pro with the Pure Press powder. That's like full coverage deliciousness. And that's like, I always told people that, like, when people say, like, I used to work for like Giorgio Armani, Estee Lauder, and people would be like, wow, your makeup looks so pretty. And I'd be like, thanks. I like spent like 2 hours. It should. Now, since I've been with Jane, people are like, wow, your skin looks amazing. And I'm telling you, that's the Jane difference. when you put it on your skin and it's protecting your skin and you feel like it's skincare, you feel like I can trust this product. That's the Jane difference.
Yeah, totally agree. I love being complimented on my skin and not my makeup. That's always nice. So we got a question, which I think is a great question, and people ask this on social as well. Essentially, does SPF level matter? So this person, Mary, is saying some products out there are SPF 50, you know, we've all seen like SPF 75, SPF 100, like where does it matter and what's kind of the sweet spot?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys the way that I do it when I do my training. So the difference between an SPF 15 to an SPF 50 is 3% penetration. That's it, just 3%. Okay, SPF 50 to SPF eyewear 170, no difference, marketing employees. Okay, if we stick to the rule of reapplication, those numbers kind of don't matter. It's all about your reapplication. So I personally like our SPF, our Powder Me SPF is like an SPF 30. That's plenty. You're good.
Yep, I know I feel like sometimes I think, oh, I don't want to get burned. And so I get, you know, I would get SPF like 50 or 75.
No difference.
Yeah.
No difference at all. Just reapply your SPF.
Yep. So two similar questions, one from Rachel, one from Leah, asking about SPF sprays. We don't have that currently, but it's definitely something that we've talked about. So I would recommend following us on social media and subscribing to email so that you're like the first one to hear about anything new that's coming out. Our partners are also like so excited about SPF, I think. I mean, you can talk about this more than I can, but I think our partners just love SPF, so they would also be like the first ones to tell you about it too.
Absolutely. I mean, that really is the secret to keeping young forever, taking care of your skin.
Yeah.
Hydration.
Yeah. Okay, so we've done Powder Me and Pure Press Base. And I've mentioned this, but do you want to go on to Amazing Base?
Okay. So Amazing Base is just what it is, amazing. Can you show everyone your sifter?
Yeah, sorry, I keep muting myself because I'm answering questions on the side and I don't want to be click-clacking away. But yes, so this is what the sifter looks like. It essentially has the powder that you tap out onto the lid. But I like it because it's kind of a customizable level of coverage with the pop.
Absolutely. And I love Amazing Base. I've already mentioned that I wear it during the winter time, but when I want to reapply a little bit, it makes it easier to have it in the brush. And so our shades are available also in our brush. So it's just something you can toss in your purse and just reapply during the day. I absolutely love Amazing Base. It's so luminous and delicious on the skin. My Powder Me is going to be more of that like semi-matte finish on me. It's a little bit different on everybody. And if you layer it with different things, you can get that luminosity. So in areas like my T-zone, my Powder Me just kind of works better to like keep that on my skin. Whereas Amazing Base, when my skin is dry, I absolutely love that. If you have rosacea, Amazing Base is so beautiful on skin that's inflamed. And can I just say, I also, like for my estheticians out there that are doing chemical peels on people during, you know, the fall and winter, we just got a chemical peel season, but I still have to take care of the integrity of my skin. I love the fact that I get these services done and then I like can put on my Powder Me SPF and it's giving me all that yummy protection while also taking care of my skin.
Yeah, I know so many of our dermatologists and estheticians really love our products because they have so much, you know, they have SPF in them and they're safe to use post-procedure. So if you get a peel, I mean, even acne, like my sister has, you know, she had really painful acne and she wanted to make sure she was protecting her skin still. So she would use Dream Tint. She loved Dream Tint. Okay, so next one. Yep, I was gonna say Glow Time Pro.
Yep, so Glow Time Pro, fuller coverage. For all of the people out there that love a fuller coverage, this is really beautiful. It's really nice because with reapplication of this, like you kind of don't need to, it just kind of stays on all day. Really, really nice. I've got it's got an SPF 25. really beautiful, but it's what I love about our foundations, that we have something to offer anybody, and that protection to offer anybody.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think you kind of have every coverage level. And like my favorite thing about the powders is that they're super customizable in terms of coverage too. So one person, I think Nancy said they cover redness and blemishes. Yeah, totally agree.
1000%.
Yeah.
I just, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, that's my handle right there. Or actually Mimi Banasik Beauty, but I did a video where it was like post peel, where I did half of my face and I am red and like bumpy on the other side. And just that coverage of the redness is so unbelievable, but it feels good. Like it doesn't feel like you're putting stuff on top of your skin. And that's like, even the Powder Me, like I can reapply this 1,000 times a day and it never feels like I'm cakey and doesn't look like I'm cakey.
Yeah, totally agree. So, okay, so the next one is, well, let's go on to Enlighten Plus. I was going to do Hand Drink, but let's do Enlighten Plus. This is an interesting one, I have to say. I think this is a really cool one.
Because who has ever looked at their concealer to see if it has SPF? Like, have you guys ever looked at your concealer to have SPF? And isn't our eye area like the thinnest, that in our lips, the thinnest skin on our face? And the two areas that show are like aging fastest? Why wouldn't we protect that part of our skin? So Enlighten Plus is a beautiful product. It comes in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it comes in 5 shades. Is that 5? So it comes in 5 shades. It helps with puffiness, fine lines, wrinkles, dark circles, and it has your SPF protection. So for me, this is a win-win. A little artist trick is that I don't need a lot of coverage underneath my eyes, but I love this product. So I actually put this on with a crease brush and I airbrush it on. It's so pretty.
Yeah, I love a sculpting brush with Enlighten Plus. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't settle in lines, great coverage. Why crease brush? Okay.
Because it gives me like an airbrush finish and I like a light coverage. So it's just like a little artist trick that I do is I use a crease brush underneath. I think Michelle did that one time and I was like, I'm stealing that. That's mine now. And so it just gives you this beautiful airbrush finish. And then I talk with my eyes a little bit. So I don't care if I get a little crease because there's just this, that's all it takes. That's it.
I remember Sean always says, our director of education, he always says that, you know, we accept and acknowledge and will reapply lip products because we know that they're going to go away. But, you know, you have to think about your under eyes as the same kind of area, especially for someone like me. Someone told me once that I had great, quote, facial dexterity, meaning that I move my eyes a lot and I move my face a lot. I have the same kind of thing. I know. I was like, thank you. I do have great facial dexterity. Anyway, off topic. So you mentioned how your under eyes have really thin skin, but your lips do too. And it's a great segue to one of my favorite SPF products, which is Lip Drink Lip Balm.
Okay, which one do you keep in your purse? What's your go-to?
Oh, Flirt. Always Flirt.
Okay, so you obviously like, I love glam, but my go-to is sheer.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm one of these people. Like,
oh, you like slap it.
I'm all over the place. And then like, if I look at my son and his lips are, I'm like this, and I'll put this on anybody. Don't come near me. I'm going to put this on you.
That is so
yeah, I'm one of these people. I just love the way that it feels. And I also, like, for me, protection, I want that extra protection on the outside part of my lips, because that's where I feel like my fine lines and wrinkles are going to show the most. So I just go like a little outside the lips. But this is my prep too. I put this on every single day. I go like right outside before I do my lipsticks. I do the lip treatment, the Hydropure lip treatment, and then I do this. But clear.
That's a good one. See, my favorite is Lip Drink Lip Balm with Spice Lip Pencil. And I have to tell everyone watching that I would go to the beach growing up every year with my family. And I just thought that, oh, the salt water and the sun and the, you know, the wind, all that stuff was drying my lips out. I didn't realize that they were actually burned, and that's why they were flaky.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And it protects. And there's so many other things, like if you've gotten microbladed recently, you want to protect your new investment, like just take a little bit of that clear, put it on top of your microblading.
I never thought about doing that.
Yeah, and because this is always in my purse, in the wintertime when it snows, like I took my son skiing, but he didn't actually ski. We just went up and down the little the escalator thing. Anyways, I had some of this in my purse and I noticed that he was like chapped up. I literally put this on his skin.
Multitasker.
It's a lifesaver.
Yeah. Oh, great. Rachel says it happens to her too with her lips. Yeah. It's something that I thought was just like, oh, part of being at the beach. I didn't realize that my lips were actually burned and then flaking, and then I could do something about that. So I love lip drink. It also, like, you know, you don't want to put it in the dryer or anything, but like it's pretty heat resistant too. Like I can bring it to the beach and it doesn't melt.
It
Which is
doesn't,
kind of
yeah, it
cool and different.
totally will not melt.
Yeah.
In the bag too. Yeah, I love it. This is always with me. There's always one in my car. Because as much as I take care of everything, I take care of everything.
Mhm. Okay, so last product, we've talked about this one already, but I love it. Hand drink hand cream, SPF 15. Love it.
Absolutely. You guys, every person needs this because every person does this. Okay, every person does this while we're working too, right? We have to protect our hands just as much as our eyes, our lips, our face, our hands. I love that you're like, I put it all the way up to
I
here.
do, yeah.
But this is such a beautiful product. And it's a great gift too. So if you're starting to see like any kind of like little like age spots on the top of your hands, start protecting your skin.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's something that I've learned while working here is that there are parts of our bodies that we forget to protect. So I think for me and most people, face, neck, you know, back of your neck, maybe even are places that you just automatically think about, you know, you put that SPF on in those areas. But like I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a sunburn on my scalp and then it looks like I have horrible, horrible dandruff. And like powder me SPF, brush it on. It doesn't, you know, make your hair look crazy. I have darker hair. It doesn't, but it also protects your scalp. And
Or
hand cream is one of those things too. Like I
or
forgot.
your loved one, like if your partner has like a little spot that they don't know about, give them a little boop boop on top of that. And the ears, someone said, yes, the top of your ears, like your kiddos too, and like the back of their neck, like the top of their ears, just throw a little bit of this on top of the ears. Somebody said that they have one for their dog and they like put it on the top of their dog's nose so that it doesn't get burnt. So if you're a pet lover, this is great for your dogs too, apparently.
That's adorable. I've heard that for like paler pit bulls, their
Mhm.
ears. That's so cute. But yeah, so forgotten areas, lips for lip drink hand cream for your hands, and then powder me SPF for your scalp. What?
Mhm.
Powder me SPF for your scalp. I don't know what kind of word nonsense that was, but yeah, love those three for those kind of forgotten areas of your body.
Don't forget to bring it down into your neck too. Neck.
Mhm. So I'm going to put the link to all of our SPF products on Jane Iredale in the chat as a reminder, 20% off through Sunday. Go check it out. There's also our skincare makeup system. So as Mimi said, with Pure Press Base, you want to make sure you're using your primer, your Pure Press Base, and then your hydration spray. Yep, there you go. And we have those available through the sale as well. So check that out. There's a few questions in the chat. Oh yeah. The everyday sun defense set.
You guys, this is so amazing. It's so cute. Like just want to show you guys like in real life, like this is so cute. Like you can wear it. My friend Chris like put a strap through it. So like turned it into like a little side bag with like a cute little strap. But this is so nice and perfect. It's got the Powder Me SPF that goes inside, and then your favorite lip drink goes inside, and check that out. You can fit your cell phone in it. This is so cute. So if you haven't seen this in real life yet, it's just so cute.
Yeah, and go check it out at a partner location too. We at janearl.com have the bag available if you spend that particular bag available if you spend $100 or more at checkout. But you can also buy the everyday sun defense set with a different bag. So we have a striped canvas bag on janeIredale.com. So lots of options for you, but I love that set. So it's so turnkey, if you will, and easy for like beach trips.
Absolutely. And just like, not even beach trips, just like life, everyday life. Because if you've learned anything from today, we are going to reapply our SPF on our lips and on our face and on our different parts of our body.
Yep. I will often take this or Powder Me, and I'll go bloop, 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 bloop over my face, and then I'll get my shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. I should have done that. I went to a lacrosse game and did not put anything there.
See, and then you get these weird tan lines that you didn't ask for and didn't want.
But not on my face.
Never on your face. Never on your face. Yeah. Okay, so there's a few questions in the chat still. So make sure, or in the Q&A section, if you have any questions, now's the time. So put those in. We've answered some great questions. There's been some really great questions so far, but if you have any remaining, put them in the Q&A section. Suzanne says, thanks for the 2-hour tip. I agree, Suzanne. I did not know that. So Brianna is asking for the PA rating. So that's an international rating. So I will follow up with that. I'm going to send 3 now, but then I'll follow up with the remaining SPF PA values. So one question from Teresa is, what's the right foundation for aging skin? Beyond Matte didn't work for her.
Hydra Pure Tinted Serum, anti-aging, anti-aging, anti-aging. Oh, I don't think I have one with me. It is so beautiful. That is what, like, I love it. If you see me in real life, if you've been around, oh, you love it too.
Yeah, look, mine's almost gone. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so there's so many different ways to wear this. You do this with your favorite primer underneath, your Hydra Pure Tinted Serum, and then follow with a little swipe of your SPF and a nice little spray, you're set. You want a little bit more fuller coverage, your primer, your Hydra Pure Tinted Serum, your Amazing Base, or your Pure Press Base. It is so like delicious. It's like a time release serum that has like color pigmentation in it. It's sheer, it's medium, you can build it, you use your fingers for it. I mean, I can literally talk about this for like an hour. You guys want me to talk about it for an hour? It's like my favorite. And if you come and see me in real life when I'm at an event, I'm putting this on your skin.
Yeah. And Rachel's asking if that's only for dry skin. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, so if you've got oily skin, it's going to help kind of like get those sebum in balance and say like, I've got it. So it's just like hyaluronic filled coenzyme Q10, like it's so delicious to the skin.
Yeah, totally
All
agree.
skin.
Yeah, and but one thing to keep in mind, especially given the topic of this masterclass, is that it does not contain SPF. So you have to make sure you put either Pure Press Base, Amazing Base, or Powder Me SPF over it, because it doesn't have that sun protection. And after this webinar, we know every 2 hours. Every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. So, oh, this is a good question from Teresa. How do you determine the shade for Pure Press Base? But let's expand that to foundations in general, because we've talked about 4 now, 3 of which have SPF.
Okay, so just as a rep that's out in the field, so you can speak from the other side of it, but as a rep outside of the field, go in and check out your local Jane brick and mortar. I and our TMs and our SBCs do an awesome job at training people to do color matching. So we're able to do color matching in real life if you want to see it on the skin, or there's a virtual color match. So, and it's pretty spot on. Like it's, okay, perfect. Rachel says, I don't live near a partner. So your virtual color matching is probably going to be a really good bet for you. When I say it's pretty spot on, it's pretty spot on. So when you're doing it, just like, I'm a medium. So when it asks you like, light, medium, fair, I'm a medium. Just remember my skin tone. And then Emma, are you a fair?
Yep.
Okay, yep. So Emma's a fair, I'm a medium. So if you're in between us, you might be like a light, medium, a light. If you're a little bit deeper, just, I like to, like, I always like, look at my face, I'm medium, like decipher from there. But that foundation finder quiz is spot on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say, if you know, Rachel, like you said, you don't live near a partner. If you don't live near a partner and the foundation finder quiz, like you're not quite sure, you know, it is, you really aren't sure, keep 2 things in mind. One, there's 100% color match guarantee on janeirdale.com. So if you take the quiz, you buy a foundation shade, it's not quite right for you, you can always reach out to our beauty advisors and they'll try and help you find a shade. The second thing to keep in mind is that if you do the foundation finder quiz, you're not sure about the match, you can always either direct message us or email us a selfie of yourself, no makeup or limited makeup, natural lighting, and we'll shade match for you. So 2 options there if the foundation partner quiz doesn't work for you and you don't live near a partner. Otherwise, definitely partner location first. They're so good at color matching you, and it's so much easier to kind of find your shade in person. But like Mimi said, that foundation partner quiz is pretty spot on.
Pretty spot on. It's amazing.
Yes. So 2 questions that aren't as related to SPF, but let's answer them before we wrap up. So Bonnie said, very off topic, but when you get a chance, will you go over the purple HD mattifying powder and when and why to use it and at what point in the routine?
Okay, I never use that one anymore. Is it even available?
It's actually been discontinued, but if you have it and you want to use it up.
Okay, so when you think about like color theory and you think about like the color wheel, for me, the purple helps with like dull skin. Like if you are feeling sallow, and that's really the best word, like if you're just like, I'm sallow, that purple is going to help kind of bring things to life. But yeah, just sallow skin. We have other HD mattifying products that we use that are the Amazing Matte and then the Pure Matte.
Mhm.
Is that it? Okay.
Yep.
So those are the 2 that we have available right now.
And you'd use it at the end. You use all of those at the end of your
At the end, sorry. Yes, at the
Yeah.
very end. It's awesome. So I used to use it like underneath for my brides, like on top of primer as like an artist trick to like get that like oil that like, and then on top like a sandwich, a delicious sandwich.
So interesting. So if you're a very oily gal, primer, mattifying powder, routine,
Foundation,
mattifying powder.
and then sandwich it together.
That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
It's a Wayne Bradley or Brady trick. He's a really good makeup artist that I follow, and that's what he does. So that's what I used to do. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
You,
So 2
Brad.
more questions. Yeah, 2 more questions. Wendy is asking for tips to remove makeup. She says, my skin is sensitive and turns red every time I take makeup off.
Magic Mitt. Wendy, have you tried the Magic Mitt? Because it's absolutely amazing. I'm a triple cleanser. I love cleansing my skin because I apply all day long. So I'm a triple cleanser, but Magic Mitt is made for sensitive skin. It's made for everyone. It's made for all skin, but it's especially if you have sensitivity to ingredients and things like that, because it just takes water, like a little bit of water, and then you can erase literally everything. And then you kind of flip it over the other side and get yourself a nice little scrub. It will remove everything. It is absolutely amazing.
Yes, and Wendy says she does have one. You can also use Beauty Prep cleanser because that's a micellar water. So you can pump some onto a cotton round and like be as gentle as you want. I still sometimes get eczema on my eyes. So I fully understand the pain and discomfort of trying to remove your makeup when you have very sensitive skin. So I would honestly just, if this is you, I would take my micellar cleanser, like soak my cotton pads in it and just sit there like this for for a minute so that it would kind of do the work for me, and then I could just go like this and it would come off. So that's another thing to try, Beauty Prep cleanser.
Yeah, absolutely. I love our Magic Mitt for like everything. Like it's in my travel bag. I'm going to be using it tonight. I used to when Finn was smaller, my little guy Finn, he's 5 now, but when he was smaller, I used to take my old Magic Mitts and then use that on his body as his little scrub. So it's such a beautiful product and just easy to use.
Yeah. Okay, last question from Teresa, sorry. I was at M4 and Beyond Matte Liquid Foundation. So what would work best for me for Pure Press Base? I don't live near a retail place.
I think it also depends on like your undertone and things like that. That's where that foundation finder is going to really help you. And there's 2 sides of it. There's like foundation finder and then like find your shade only. If you just go to shade only and pick the Pure Press powder, it'll help. I don't have my speed matching chart in front of me.
Yeah, I will say that I use M4 as well in Beyond Matte. And it definitely skews a little dark for me. So I would say if you're warm undertoned, warm sienna. If you're cool, I would say liquid or
Like
light
beige.
beige.
Mhm.
Yeah. That should help. But again, if you're like not comfortable with the foundation finder quiz, email beautyadvisors@janeiredale.com and they'd be more than happy to help shade match you. They're pros at it. They're pros.
Absolutely.
Okay, now last question. Just
Okay.
kidding, because we gotta do the question. So Wenda says, what Glow Time Pro shade equals warm sienna?
I don't have my speed matching chart in front of me.
Here,
I can grab it.
I can help. I can help. I feel like I get people ask questions about their shades all the time on social media. So I've kind of become a little bit well-versed.
Well, and I'm so dependent on my speed matching chart for I need it. It's my lifeline when it comes to like speed matching. You guys, I've been doing this for 5 years, but I'm also a single mom and I have there's no place for me to memorize anything else anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
40.
Listen, that's fair. Okay, I would say GT3 would be your best bet for warm sienna. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this. Oh, Nancy's asking for the link for the YouTube recording. Nancy, I would email beautyadvisors@janeiredale.com. They'll be best able to help you with like seeing past recordings. That being said, we have been recording this session and I'll be putting it on YouTube this evening. So if you want to watch it again, or if you want to share it with a buddy, you can go to Jane Iredale, or sorry, you can go to YouTube and search Jane Iredale and it'll show up. So thank you everyone so much for joining. Thank you, Mimi, for sharing your knowledge.
Oh, thank you for having me. And this was such a pleasure. And I hope everyone walks away with free application.
Every 2 hours. Yeah.
Yay. It's so much fun. Thanks, everyone. And be safe out there. Keep your skin safe and enjoy your summer.
Yeah. Enjoy it and be protected.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget to take advantage of that SPF sale. And we hope you all have a lovely rest of your evening or rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.